All right, everybody, welcome to a Friday edition of Teaching Crypto. Please hit that like, that subscribe button, bell notifications, super chats are open. Thank you to our new subs. We picked up a few this week, guys. You know, I've always been positive, and guess what? I'm not changing now. I know what you're saying. 108, 107, 117, got erased fast. What happened? We told you guys September probably was going to be rocky. It has been. My belief has not changed. I still expect a big October. I still expect a positive quarter four. There are a lot of things going on in the background as people continue to be shaky, Mr. FOMO. But I'm here to tell you, and again, you could call me crazy. I still think we're going way up from here.
I don't know if that headline is really correct, if it will 100x in 10 years. But sure, I mean, it's going to go up a lot in the next 10 years.
Well, and 100x probably not happening, but I just wanted to give this as an example. The world's highest recorded IQ holder says Bitcoin will 100x in 10 years become global reserve currency. Well, if it does become global reserve currently, it would 100x. That's a huge if. I don't think that's happening in 10 years. I think that's like, 30, 40 years away, probably, realistically, maybe 20. Not going to happen as quickly as 10 years, but that just gives you an idea of we are still early. Bitcoin is still undervalued. I showed my family a video about a week ago, the one we've shown with the empty room where Bitcoin was 100 and no one wanted to come in and listen to the lecture at $100. And there are people that don't want to hear it now at 100K, but they will wish they bought when it's at 10 million. That's my belief. We'll see that in our lifetime. So I just want to say this. Yes, things have been rocky. The alts have been absolutely hurt again. I know your alts are hurting. I get it. It's like right when you think they're recovered, here comes another downward spiral. And there's been all kinds of bad news. But listen, historically, before the end of a bull run in September, Bitcoin has struggled, and this hasn't been any different. Now, I'll say this, though. There were calls for 88K, and, there's still some time left in October. We didn't hit that. But I really do believe, Mr. FOMO, 150 to 180 is still in reach. Realistically, though, if we get to 130, and you've been in since we've talked about since 26K, you'd kind of be crazy not to think about taking profits if that is your strategy for this bull run.
Yeah, I think that profit-taking time is coming up soon. I have faith in Bitcoin, but I don't have great faith in the alts. And it becomes market dilution. That's really my only argument against altcoins right now, is that the market has become so diluted with these meme coins and garbage coins that it's really hard for money to flow in a big way into all of these projects.
And so as interestingly, someone like Coinbase is now listing all kinds of stuff that they wouldn't have touched 4 years ago, just in the past 2 weeks. It could be great. It also could be horrible, like you said, because you can get anything you want easily now. But in the past, you had to go run through hoops and, get on exchanges, get off exchanges, pay a lot of gas fees. But also the amount of tokens is just insane. And it's very hard. I mean, there's been a couple tokens that have hit on Binance, right? But they're just very hard to sustain anything. Here's something that is positive. And again, we want to take it with a grain of salt as always. Today, the White House says gold reserves may be used to purchase Bitcoin. Again, I would like to see some actual plans and dates, but this is bullish in the background here. I still believe we'll get more bullish news as October comes around here. This would be huge if it was implemented. The key is when and if. I know this is coming tomorrow. Could a policy be in place before the end of the year? Yes, it's possible. And, a lot of people do think our cycle is going to extend it till mid-December. Some are calling for quarter one of 2026. I think that's a huge, huge risk. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a huge risk as well. We've already stretched this bull run out as far as we can. Typically, bull runs stretch about 18 months um, from the halving event. But what you've got now is a bull run that actually started early because of the ETFs. And so it's hard to say that this would be such a different bull run that it would stretch out, half a year, even longer than that. I think that would be difficult to see.
And I think it's a huge risk given the economic uncertainty of not only the US, but all the things that are happening all over the world. Listen, yes, COVID was happening last time, but you've talked to us a million times. People were at home, they had some money to spend. This is a very different situation. And a lot of people got hurt and they're reluctant to put money into the space now. You do have a lot of newbies, but quite frankly, they don't really know what they're doing. they're chasing things that probably they have no business chasing. But in the long run, though, I think Bitcoin will be great. I think Bitcoin will be fine. The 180, sometimes in life, you got to make adjustments, right? In education and sports. So I would say if you were planning on waiting to 150 and we do get to 130, 135, and you're not holding for the next 4 to 8 years and your plan is to take significant profits, that 135 might not be, do your own research, might not be a bad idea to look. All right, more good news. We're full of good news today. All right. Vanguard, who was very reluctant to jump in here now, is preparing to let their clients access crypto ETFs. Again, this is significant. This is big. This is all paving the way, I think, for the next bull run, to be honest with you. All this stuff. It's like just layer by layer of good news. And I think by 2028, 2029, 100K is going to be way, way in the past. Just like we used to look at 20K and 30K of Bitcoin. I know it sucks to wait, but I think this is good. Listen, I do believe October will be pumped over, like we've talked about before, like it says in the headline. Alts, hang on to your hats because it is so unpredictable. Anyone telling you they know exactly what's going to happen with the alts is lying. I do believe we will still get a mini um, alt season, but it's not going to be where you just every day you're getting a 2 or 3x on all your tokens and you are retiring at the end of October. That's probably not going to happen. If your money is in the alts right now, I think October, you got to have your phone on you at all times. Pay attention to this show because we'll be doing shows more often in October for sure, because I do believe we'll be very active. I think things will be hot. My expectation is we bottom out in the next few days. And I think by this time next week, we'll have hit a bottom and we'll be going up. Mid-October, I really do believe we'll be at an all-time high easily. That is my prediction. You can find me here if I'm wrong, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, I feel like October is when we're going to see a new all-time high as well. I just don't have faith that it's going to be in the 150 to 180 range. I still believe in that 130 to 150 range, though. Again, do
But
your own
that means
research.
ETH. That means ETH will make a nice run too. I still like ETH to get between 5 and 6K pretty easily next month into early November. Again, traditionally, what happens is Bitcoin kind of tops out mid to late October, more like late October around Halloween. Alts run for a bit longer. People don't realize there's a bear market probably till around Thanksgiving. So my opinion is we'll have a great October for Bitcoin. Alts will continue to rally probably into early to mid-November, but can't promise that. But by December, you definitely, if you are planning to take profits this cycle with Bitcoin, you'll probably want to be out. With alts, daily, you just got to look at your portfolio and decide, what do I want to do? Because if you wait too long, those gains will be long gone. Let me repeat, if you wait too long, not only will your gains be gone, but your losses will be plenty in the year 2026. Just keeping it real. This is not something that channel like this, we would be better off lying to you and getting more subs and telling you that, everyone's going to make life-changing money and you're all going to be, you see those influencers. If you're reading this, you're going to become a millionaire. Posts on X. That's not reality, right? The reality is whatever gain you can get in October, November, you need to take.
Yeah, if your game is profit taking this cycle, then October is your month, maybe even November, maybe November.
And then profits look
Again,
differently for everyone.
I
You
just
know,
don't have faith in the alts. I really don't. It just isn't what it was in the past. Inflation is what it is. People are getting hit at the supermarket. It's not
I think it's
about,
the amount of tokens. I think it's the amount of tokens that are out there.
and right. And then that main argument is that the market is so diluted now. We're not talking about 3,000 tokens or 300 tokens like we were in past bull runs. We're talking about 20 million tokens on the market.
Yeah, so
And
something like Bitcoin and Ethereum and Solana and XRP don't have to worry. It's the medium-sized ones. It's the mid caps. It's the upper lower caps, right? It's like if you own a restaurant and you own a big restaurant everyone knows about and you've been around, you're going to be fine. But it's the guy that's kind of trying to make it, and now he has 10 times the competitors he used to have in a city with not a ton of population. That's kind of what this is here. We're one of the few shows that tells you how it is. We'll pivot, right? We got some plans for the show, hopefully, in case we do hit a bear market next year to make the show worth your while. But for now, guys, if you've been watching the show, lock in right now. The next 6 weeks, I'm telling you, are everything. I'm not being hyperbolic. This is it. This is going to be your time. And if you just jumped in with us, do your own research. But guess what? There are some unbelievable prices right now. And you might see, I mean, I saw some things about whales, Bitcoin in the past 24 hours. A lot of whales have bought Bitcoin. A lot of whales have bought ETH and XRP. I don't think it's a mistake. I think these whales know they're in to make a ton of profit the next 6 weeks. So keep it here for the very latest, guys. Do us a huge favor. If you haven't done so, hit that like, hit subscribe button, share the show, and let's get everyone involved here and let's make some money, hopefully, in the next 6 weeks.